All right, let's start with the markets. We see that we have another down day. If we look at the bigger picture of things, we still say we're an uptrend, so we're not going to call a top or anything like that. A lot of people like to call it. I never call it because I know that tops and bottoms take time. So this could be, it could be a top, but you know, if you look at things, holistically speaking, or regarding the big picture, consolidate and continue up. So now we want to see if this can now hold, if it even gets to that point. So again, we're not even below the 10. So we just have to wait and see because we didn't see this follow through that we like to see on a lot of if you're looking to go long. I'm not looking to go short, and if you are, you just again this market is seems to be pretty much favored for those that are nimble, and that might be intraday guys that are able to scalp some, leave a runner and stuff like that and go from there. But right here, right now, I'm actually closed my positions and I'm pretty much just waiting to see the next setups. There have been some things that were looking pretty good, but usually I get a lot more names. I usually get, when I do my scans, I might have a lot of names that I have to kind of go through, but at the end of the day, it hasn't been looking that way. So let's look again at the composite, and the composite is under the 10 3 days in a row. Does that mean it's going to pop up the fourth day? Absolutely not. But we just have to see right here, right now. And you can see that it's points like this when you can say, okay, we have these ranges that we say, okay, this is a tight range. This is a wedge, or this is a consolidation pattern that it's hard to trade this because it's just moving sideways. I want to see continuations that go like that. So let's look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 has gone back to its 10, and we'll see what goes on from there. If we look at the actual ETF, we just have to see what happens if it continues up. But I'm not going to just. A lot of people ask me, am I just going to buy the dip? I don't just do that. I wait for some type of consolidation. It could be or confirmation. It could be a candle. Mainly it's just price action that I'm looking, like like let's say like this day, you kind of see what goes on from there. And last not least, the Russell, same thing. Let's look at the IWM to get the volume to kind of see what we got going on. But again, we want to see it close above here or revisit above the at least this 110 or 110.7 area and go from there. So we'll look at the typical names, and there's a couple names that came up on my scan as well. I just wanted to kind of share with everybody. So we look at Apple. Apple continued to show weakness, but it's just trading sideways. So just I don't like trading stuff like this because you don't know if it's gonna pop if you're in the short. I'll let it break down, give me a higher low, a lower high, and then continue to the downside. So we'll see. Google, again, that continued. It's actually under the 10, but again, we said this for a long time. It's just trading sideways. This is hard to trade, to swing trade, or to day trade. So you just got to keep that in mind. Tesla's continuing. I put this from yesterday. I didn't change anything. So if we kind of break it out, we say, okay, is this going to hold this area right here? And only time will tell if it can continues, and if it gets below this 119.22 or 119.06 area, then you can kind of say, okay, where's the 200 actually? 200 119.70. So we kind of see what's going to happen from there. Solar City. Solar Cities continue to break down. We got Priceline that actually was up today, gapped up today, and so far it's looking good. Amazon, again, that's just giving you basically a bull flag, if you want to call it that. You just add these lines in, and it kind of just shows you. But it, like yesterday, I was looking at Johnson Johnson to go up, and it did, but it didn't really follow through with any conviction. But it could continue to go up, and that's fine. So you kind of just want to look at that. Microsoft again looks like it might, if it gets below this area as well, it's gonna go down as a little bit more. You got bearish MACD. Volume is decreasing, so if it gets below this area, it could definitely come and retest and maybe fill this gap. We'll see what kind of happens from there. Some names that I was looking at that actually held up pretty well is MACYS held up well. TBD, which is ultra short 20-year treasury, really well. It might be something to look at. Uh, Guild continuing to look up. Uh, Aetna was crushing it. So I'm like, wow, this really, but is it going to have follow through? I don't know. And you just got to be nimble because the volume is increasing. Um, and one that somebody wanted me to look at, chart request, I just might as well just put it here because I'm going to keep this one pretty short. Yeah, this one, it needs to, if you're from the long side, and this is take two, you definitely just want to see what happens here because you have a couple things going on. Uh, a couple things like, you just got this, it's tightening, so you just kind of want to see where it breaks, and it could break up or break down, but don't guess. So if you, again, a lot of things didn't follow through, and just got to be aware of that so you don't get chopped up at the end of the day because this is hard. Look at that weekly. That's hard to trade. You haven't had any movement in, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 weeks. You just have it in this tight range. Leave that shit alone and find something else to trade. Apple, same thing. What, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks just in this same range. Find some other crap to trade. Why the hell would you want to continue with that? Let's look at Facebook because I definitely want to see. It's not looking good either. Right at the top of this channel, you got shooting stars. So this is again something that looks bearish to me because you could just look at that and say, okay, this is a flag rate waiting to break down some more. It gets past that high of 45. I tell you, it can run. It can run because a lot of people will dump. Like the hell with this. You know what happens? And I'm looking at it, quarterly. Let me look quarterly. Look at, let me give you a monthly. So you have people all the way from back here, from the IPO. They're like, all right, it got above it, thank God. And now they're like, you know what? It gets back below that. I held for all this. I held for over a year and a half, and it still ain't paying. You know what? When it gets back to break even, I'm out. And we just have to see if this support is going to hold for Facebook. So that's it. Trade them well. I don't have any positions that I'm looking to put on. I still want to see if it sorts itself out and where it's going to go. So trade with caution, and that doesn't mean that because I do something that you should do it. This is for educational purposes only. So again, if you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, let me know why. This thing is a living, breathing channel. So take care.